that would be enough for it so you can sit down. Okay, by a show of hands, who believes that God is with us and cares about us? Yeah. Amen. Who believes that God can change Conroe High? That's one of the good things for our youth group, right? Woo! Who believes that we have a big, powerful God who can do anything? Well. So, who believes God could turn Adonis into a chicken? Or kill him into a chipmunk? Okay, we got that covered. So, our God's a big God. So, will you open up your Bibles to Mark 8 with me? And so, during those days, another large crowd gathered. Since they had nothing to eat, Jesus called his disciples to him and said, "I have compassion for these people. They have already been with me 3 days and have nothing to eat. If I send them home hungry, they will collapse on the way, because some of the men have come a long distance." So, basically, Jesus is asking the disciples to feed all the people. How do we know that? It's really simple, because when God convicts us of something, he wants us to do something. And so, if you go to verse 4, the disciples answered, "But we're in this remote place. Can anyone get enough bread to feed them?" So the disciples' response is basically, "I can't do it. There's too many people. There's no fast food joints, no Taco Bell around the corner." So I can tell you why this is really important, but I'd rather show you. So we have 2 volunteers. Yep, and Susie, thank you for volunteering yourself. And my helpers. And so I'm going to have you 2 come in. The blue one. No? Okay.
Have they already done it before?
No, they haven't. You guys know that?
Do I? Yes, I was here earlier.
So, Tia, will you come out?
You got it.
Hold my hand.
Andy Rocker's pick.
Okay.
Skirts.
Hey, I think her blindfold's backwards.
No.
She wanted to look cute. So, you
close your eyes.
stand here.
I can't see. My hair's in my eye. No!
Okay, so if you'll turn this way a little bit and put your hands on top of
Wait, we need to come this way.
Dad's head. And so, hey, you guys.
What's happening?
Okay, Dad's gonna help you balance. Okay, Pia, I'm gonna need you to jump off.
What?
Yeah, will you jump off? Thank you, Pia. Okay, so. Now you can watch Susie. Susie, will you come out, please? Susie? No, you didn't. Ow, thank you. Ow, ow! So I need you to stand right here. Okay. Up. 1. Yeah. And put your hands on Dad's head. Head. Okay. Thank you. Okay, Dad's gonna help you balance, so just stand there. Okay, I need you to jump off. Okay, we're gonna go in this room. Jay.
No, you said you got me caught in my other.
When I did it, I fell.
Okay, we're gonna go. And don't let anything come out. We're doing that. jump off. Thank you, Pia.
All right.
Okay, so Pia, was it easier the second time?
No, I was actually thinking that I was going to go higher than that.
Okay, let's go back to Mark 8. And if you'll turn back to me, not very far, just 2 chapters, to Mark 6, verse 35. It says, "By this time it was late in the day, and so his disciples came to him. 'This is a remote place,' they said, 'and it's already very late. Send the people away so they can go to the surrounding countryside and villages to buy themselves something to eat.' But he answered, 'You give them something to eat.'" So this is the story of Jesus feeding the 5,000. They'd already seen this miracle done before. They had seen it like really recently before. So what does Jesus expect of the disciples the second time? He expects them to do it. He expects them to be able to do what he asked because they've already seen it. And how do we know? Because when God convicts us of something, he wants us to do something. They have already done this miracle before. And you'll see in this story that there is less people. The story before there was 5,000. Here there's 1,000 less people and the 2 more loaves of bread. So they have more food and less people, and they still don't know if God can do it. So how many of you believe that the disciples have a good reason not to do it? They don't. They're so unlike us, right? So when I was a little bit younger, I never ever led small groups before. And I was content watching Britt, David, and all of my bajillion other older siblings do it, just being part of the crowd. I would encourage them, cheer them on. You guys are doing a good job. You're impacting youth. That's awesome. I was excited to see God use them in the youth's lives. But I kind of wanted to be a leader too, wanted to reach out to the youth too. But I was content to just watch. But one Wednesday, Britt asked me to lead a small group. She didn't just ask me to lead a small group. She asked me to lead a small group for junior high girls. That was terrifying. I told her no uncertain terms, no, I wasn't going to do it. Don't ask me again. Never going to do this. But she got Mom on her side. So needless to say, I had to do it. So I did it, and it went good. Brittany didn't ask me to do it again for a while. Then I joined the high school group, and after a few months, I was like, I got the hang of this. She asked me to lead small groups for a high school group. Same thing happened. I was so scared. No, I wasn't going to do this. I almost started crying, trying bribery, look around the house. Maybe she'd think I break my leg, can't go to youth group. She got Mom on her side again. Needless to say, I did it. Scariest night of my life. It went good. But what was I so scared of? I had seen everybody else do it the first time, and the second time, I'd already done it before. Well, let's look at this way. Everyone here believes God can heal broken families, right?
Yep.
What about yours or your old ones? What if you could believe God can change your coworkers or your friends? What have you done today to reach out to them, to show God's love to them? We believe God can do stuff. We even believe that he wants to. But we have a hard time believing he wants to use us. And if you go to verses 5 through 9, if you want to read with me. "How many loaves do you have?" Jesus asked. 7, they replied. He told the crowd to sit down on the ground. When he had taken the 7 loaves and given thanks, he broke them and gave them to his disciples to set before the people, and they did so. They had a few small fish as well. He gave thanks for them also and told the disciples to distribute them. The people ate and were satisfied. Afterward, the disciples picked up 7 basketfuls of broken pieces that were left over. About 4,000 men were present. So the disciples, they still did the miracle. They still fed everyone. Jesus had to remind them that was okay. But God doesn't want us to change Conroe, Ohio on our own or to save the world and heal everybody all by ourselves. He just wants us to do what we can with what he gives us, with what is in our hands. And he wants us to do what we can do so that he can do what only he can do. Because when God convicts us of something, he wants us to do something. So what has God been pointing out to you lately? Maybe someone looks like they've been having a bad day. And you can do or say something to just brighten their mood. Or you notice that someone's by themselves, and you just go and be their friend. Or you notice that your elderly neighbors need some work done around their house. Go and be their slave for a day. Not that hard. Or maybe your parents are fighting, and you just take your younger siblings out to give them some space. When God convicts you of something, something, do something. If you don't step forward, you'll never see God work through you.